Hey folks, welcome back to another episode. Today, want to do a quick look at the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro Max. I got me a couple of dummy phones here that was sent to me from some sellers, and I just wanted to show you guys what they would, quote unquote, would look like compared to my iPhone 13 Pro Max here. So yeah, this is gonna be a quick video. Just look at some dummy phones that I usually get around this time of the year because, you know, Apple is releasing new products probably in September or October. No one knows. But all these dummy phones are based on what it's rumored out there. So yeah, all the sellers out there right now are scrambling, trying to make cases for them. And so they're just trying to see what all the rumors are like. So they create these mock-up essentially so that they can actually, you know, do the case surrounding it. And so as you can see right here, this is the iPhone 14 Pro Max that I have in my hand right here. This is a I guess they're thinking that it's going to be like a space gray. So yeah, it looks exactly like the space gray that's from, you know, all the Apple products. I don't know if they're gonna have new models of it. All these guys just speculating that it would be a space gray iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now let's look at this one right here. This is the static. This right here is the 14 regular version, not the Pro Max, and as you can see, they're predicting that it's going to be all black. So now if you look at these two side by side, the material that they are speculating that Apple will come out is that the Pro Max material will be more of a, I guess, a matte finish look to it, versus on the 14 right here, they're speculating that it's going to be like a glossy glass look. So side by side, you can see the material right there, very different, very different. Now I do have a iPhone 13 Pro Max right here, and yeah, they're basically speculating that it's going to be the exact same thing as the iPhone 13 Pro Max. This one right here has is the white version, obviously, but you can see it has like a matte look to it. So this is the official version from Apple, iPhone 13 Pro Max right there. So whenever a manufacturer speculate on Apple products, they usually, the one thing that they emphasize the most on is the sizing of the product. They try to get that as close as possible so that they can create their cases for the product beforehand, so that whenever Apple say, yeah, we're launching it this week, that they have it in production, ready to go, ready to ship, so that people can pick it up right away as soon as they buy the phone, because that's when people usually buy their cases. The sizing right here, I would say, you know, it's probably 95% there. Now, do they have the button placement correctly? Well, I guess we'll find out. But pretty much this is what they're speculating that the size, the thickness will be. And I'd say it's pretty close to what my iPhone 13 Pro Max is. So look at this. If I were to put this side by side right here, basically the same. Obviously my iPhone 13 Pro Max has a lot more weight to it because it's an actual real phone. But yeah, they're basically saying that the size is going to be the same. Now if I look at the port right here, they're basically saying that the port will be the same as well, because see, they didn't change that up at all. And so once again, that won't affect their ability to make the case, but they got to get the port placement correct, and they're speculating that that would be where it's at. So obviously, you know, all these comes from rumor sites and stuff like that, and they try to get it down as close as possible to the final product, so that they can get a jump start on making their case, starting their production line. Notice one thing is that the SIM card tray is down here on the 14 Pro Max versus the SIM card tray on the real version, the iPhone 13 Pro Max, is up here, closer to the buttons. I mean, that's the only changes that they'd say that would happen. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is, since I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max case right here, I'm going to go ahead and give it a try on this 14 Pro Max dummy phone to see if it fits. Once again, I was telling you earlier that they are really particular on the fit, the size of the actual phone, so that they can, you know, start producing cases. And so this one right here would tell me if they changed it up any. And so look, as you can see with this case right here that's made for iPhone 13 Pro Max, you can see that the camera bump actually move slightly. So that's where the big difference is. You're not going to be able to use iPhone 14 Pro Max with the iPhone 13 Pro Max case. So you see the camera bump is slightly off, and so that's why it's won't fit right there. So yeah, the camera is like bumping up against it right here. All the holes, they're speculating that it will stay the same. Mute and unmute rocker, they're saying that that's going to shift up, and so they got to change that on the case. You won't be able to use that. The button feels like it's in the same place because I can click it just fine. And the power button is the same as well. They are saying that the speaker and everything is going to be the same though, because as you can see, case maker, they have to cut this piece out just a bit. Well, the good one at least, they actually cut a little notch up there so that the speaker would actually fit in. See that? So yeah, there are some slight changes to the naked eye for me. I mean, when I put it next to each other, I don't see the differences, but the camera bump did shift. There are rumors that the camera bump will be bigger, so that's gonna be a problem for me because wow, that camera keeps getting bigger and bigger. But on this dummy phone, the camera didn't get any bigger. It just shifted up a little bit, or I should say down a little bit. So, and the manufacturer, obviously they have to get that correct, right, for them to make a case that will fit an actual iPhone 14 Pro. So yeah, that's it guys. That's the kind of the speculation on these two devices right here, 14 and 14 Pro Max. Hope you guys find that useful. Take it for what it's worth. It's kind of a fun video to do, just looking at what sellers and manufacturers are doing out there, just to catch up with Apple as soon as they release their product. Kind of fun. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.